Super Bowl 60 explained. What's really at stake on February 8th? One play, one decision, one moment that could rewrite NFL history. On February 8th, Super Bowl 60 isn't just another championship game, it's a collision between legacy, revenge, and two quarterbacks with everything to prove. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this Super Bowl could be remembered for decades. Whether you're a die-hard football fan or someone who only watches for the commercials and halftime show, stick with us because there's a lot more riding on this game than you might think. Patriots versus Seahawks. Why this matchup matters. If you follow football closely, you already know the basics. The New England Patriots are back in the Super Bowl for the first time since the end of the Tom Brady era, chasing what would be a record-setting 7th Super Bowl title, one that would finally put them ahead of the Steelers in the all-time rankings. And standing in their way, the Seattle Seahawks, returning to the Super Bowl for the first time in over a decade, and facing the same franchise that handed them one of the most painful losses in Super Bowl history. Yes, this is a revenge game, but the story gets way deeper than that. And if you're a casual fan, don't worry, we've got you covered. This is our 8th annual Casual Fans Guide to the Super Bowl, where we'll turn you into the smartest person at the watch party before kickoff even happens. Who's playing in Super Bowl 60? AFC, New England Patriots. This is the Patriots' 12th Super Bowl appearance, an NFL record. And this one is different. No Brady, no safety net. Just a second-year quarterback trying to cement his place in league history. A Patriots win doesn't just mean a championship, it means a new era officially begins in New England. NFC, Seattle Seahawks. This is Seattle's 4th Super Bowl appearance, and the first since their infamous loss to the Patriots following the 2014 season. If the Seahawks win this game, it won't just be a title, it lines be closure for one of the most traumatic endings the league has ever seen. And later in this video, we'll explain why this Seahawks team is built very differently than that one. When is the Super Bowl? Where can you watch? Day, Sunday, February 8, 2026. Time, 6:30 p.m. ET. Location, Levi Stadium, Santa Clara, California. TV, NBC streaming, Peacock. The Super Bowl typically runs about 3.5 hours, including a halftime show that lasts around 20 to 30 minutes. And speaking of halftime, who's performing at halftime? Bad Bunny, 6-time Grammy winner, global superstar. Expect a massive production and a performance that will dominate social media before the fourth quarter even starts. But let's get back to the football because the quarterbacks might decide everything. The quarterbacks and why this game could define their careers. Quarterbacks dominate the Super Bowl spotlight for a reason. They've won 34 of the 59 Super Bowl MVPs, including 17 of the last 25. And this year's matchup is fascinating. Patriots QB Drake May know, 10 just his second NFL season and already an MVP finalist. May led the league in completion percentage, passer rating, QBR, and expected points added per play. But here's the twist, he hasn't been perfect in the playoffs. His legs, not his arm, are what got New England here. And later, we'll talk about whether Seattle's defense can shut that down. Seahawks QB Sam Darnold, no, 14 once written off as a bust, now leading his second different team to a 14-3 record in back-to-back seasons. After being benched, traded, and forgotten, Darnold has put together the best season of his career, and the NFC title game might have been his finest performance ever. This Super Bowl could completely change how his career is remembered. The players you need to know even if you don't watch football. You don't get to the Super Bowl without elite talent, so here are the names that will matter most. Patriots standouts Ramondre Stevenson and Tre'Von Henderson. Power versus explosiveness in the backfield. Stefon Diggs, still one of the league's most dangerous receivers. Christian Gonzalez, a shutdown corner who may shadow Seattle as top weapon all night. Milton Williams and Christian Barmore, the engines of New England as defense. Seahawks standouts Jackson Smith-Njigba, nearly 1,800 receiving yards, and the heartbeat of the offense. Kenneth Walker, 3 a home run threat on every carry. Leonard Williams, Demarcus Lawrence, Uchenna Nwosu, a defensive front that can wreck games. Devin Witherspoon, one of the most versatile defensive backs in football. And here is the key matchup to watch late in the game: Seattle as pass rush versus New England's offensive line. That battle alone could decide the Super Bowl. The coaches behind the scenes: Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel, former Patriot, three-time Super Bowl champion as a player, now leading one of the greatest single-season turnarounds in NFL history, taking New England from 4-13 to 14-3 in just 1 year. Vrabel doesn't call plays, but his fingerprints are all over this team. And whether he outmaneuvers Seattle late might be the final chess move of the game. Final thoughts: legacy, revenge, redemption. Super Bowl 60 has everything, and by the end of this game, at least one career, one franchise, and one fanbase will never be the same. CTA on screen and spoken. Drop your Super Bowl prediction in the comments and subscribe for a full post-game breakdown right after the final whistle.